replace your blender blade, first make sure the container is empty and the gear on the blade assembly is cool to the touch. Place the container on its side and insert the Vitamix retainer nut wrench. You can get this wrench from Bar Green. You'll place this wrench between the tabs in the retainer nut. Press down firmly on the wrench in a counterclockwise direction. Once the nut breaks free, repeat this action until the nut is completely free from the blade assembly. Once the nut is completely off the blade assembly, remove and set aside. Using a towel or heavy gloves, reach into the blender bowl and pull the blade straight out. Please note that if the blade does not pull out easily, you may have to tap on the underside of the blade to break it free. Check that the retainer nut is clean and the rubber seal is not damaged or dried out. If the rubber seal becomes separated from the retainer nut, wipe it dry and press it back into the groove. Once you have cleaned all parts of your blender bowl, retainer nut, grab your new blade in your paper towel or heavy gloves and place it back into your bowl. And align the flat sides of the blade assembly with the flat sides of the container and insert the blade assembly all the way into the container. Take your retaining nut and, being careful not to cross that thread, carefully place the retainer nut assembly onto the threads of the blade assembly. Hand tighten the nut until it makes contact with the bottom of the container. Tightening will be a clockwise direction. If you keep pressure on the blade assembly as you are threading the nut, it works a little bit better. Insert the Vitamix retainer nut wrench between the tabs and carefully tighten the nut by pushing the wrench down. Repeat the action until the nut is tight. Do not over-tighten. To check the container for leaks, fill it halfway with water and place it on a paper towel for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you can remove your bowl from the paper towel and observe if it is dry and clean. You are good to use that blender again.